Hi, Steve here at the SJCOE Fab Lab, and we are going to do some computer science. It's going to be some really fun computer science. We're going to be working and playing with Minecraft education. We're going to use it in order to create our computational artifact because this is computer science support for the Tracy Unified School District STEM unit, one of them, for 7th grade science. Let's go ahead and get started. It's, by the way, this lesson is called Save Our Smelt, and we're going to design something to do a little bit of conservation of animals, of fish. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. But before we start, let's think about the computer science that's involved. We are going to do a little bit of programming, but remember, programming is not the only thing that is in computer science. There are five categories within the California Computer Science Standards: algorithms and programming, coding, but there's also data and analysis, computer systems, networks and the internet, and I think I said four, and impacts of computing, because we want the students to make solutions that serve everyone. All right, so this standard is in impacts of computing. A good way to come up with something that serves everyone is to work with lots of people. So our standard today is 6-8 IC22, collaborate with many contributors when creating computational artifacts. It's good to work with other people, not just true in computer science. Okay, so let's go ahead and start up Minecraft education. All right, here's Minecraft education. It's a great model of our world. Now, it's not exact by any means. It's a game, but there's a famous statement that all models are wrong, some models are useful. Minecraft education is a really powerful and engaging model, and we can use it to help students think about how they can create solutions to problems in our real world. I'm going to go ahead. I've logged in to Minecraft education using my school account. See my name there. I'm going to go ahead and click play. I will point out students can click here to change the appearance of their character. That can be particularly useful if you have students working in a group. They can recognize who they are. This character, they call it a skin. Its name is Steve, so I'm just gonna leave it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead to play. I'm gonna create a new world. I'm gonna point out you could join a world. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just working on my own. If you do have students work together in a group, it's a great idea to talk with them about being a good digital citizen, not bothering other people, damaging other people's stuff, and maybe have students start off working on their own as you get the students used to using Minecraft education in the classroom. So, create new. I'm going to be in creative mode. My own children like playing in survival. For right now, we don't have a need for that. In survival mode, like monsters come out at night, I would rather that students were focusing on our engineering goals. So for this, I would suggest creative. A few other settings. I always like to encourage show coordinates. That gives essentially XYZ coordinates. It's east, west, north, south, up, down. But essentially it's an XYZ coordinate so that students can know where they are, they can teleport to each other, etc. I definitely want code builder on because we're going to talk a little bit about coding. And I think that's probably enough for now. Sometimes you might consider having it always day. I generally don't. There we go. We are in our world. I can move around using the W, A, S being back, and D keys. Notice it says there, if I press H, I can show controls. I'm going to do that. Oh, here we go. These are all of my controls. WASD, space will allow me to jump. If I hit space twice, I start to fly. Oh, that's pretty cool. Another basic aspect of Minecraft education is that if I hit the E, I can see all of these items that I might want to work with. I'm just going to start taking a few items here and placing them right here so I can start to work with them. All right, so there's wood, and brick, and glass. I can also just search. Now, I can just a basic of Minecraft education. You can mine things, and you can craft things. So the mining is if I were to dig, and sometimes we're onto something that's of value, and I get to keep it, which is kind of a very basic definition of what mining is. There's also the ability to craft. In other words, to make things. So I'm going to right-click. By the way, I'm using a laptop, so I'm using a two-finger press to be a right-click. It's a little bit easier to navigate if you're using a mouse. But I also want to point out, it's not like you need a mouse. I just got used to using the touchpad. All right. Anyway, notice I'm placing items. And I'm kind of making a wall at the moment. And put some glass. Notice I am selecting different numbers. And so I'm able to select the items at the bottom of my screen and select what I'm going to place. Now, I'm not going to spend more time on this, not much more time, but I could, if I kept working at it, build an entire house, which is kind of key for us to be aware of, because what we want the students to do is to design something to help us, kind of an aqueduct system, and a way to keep the fish safe. So being able to build is important. I'm going to point out, if we're building, notice there is water here in the world of Minecraft. So you can build an aqueduct system, first off, by digging. So let's look at where we have a little bit of water. This could work. Oh, poor chicken's in the water. Fly out. All right. So notice as I dig away, it's allowing water to flow. Water flows down in Minecraft. I can also, there we go. I can also build a barrier around this water to be my aqueduct. So I'm going to use concrete here. Notice I'm clicking on the numbers to choose different materials. Numbers on my keyboard. And as we go further, we can use the water bucket to add more water to this area. And build up our aqueduct system. There we go. All right. Now, oh, there's a chicken, and the chicken laid an egg, which brings me to something I want to point out. There are some lessons that your students can use in order to practice their coding in this world of Minecraft. Let's look. I'm going to hit C for code. You'll notice the code builder pops up. Now, if this is your first time using the code builder, you might see 3 different options. You're going to want to use MakeCode. MakeCode is what I'm going to be showing you today. So, if you look, there's some tutorials, which are pretty cool. They're fun activities. I think my favorite is probably Chicken Rain. If you do that one, it'll take you through step by step, and there will be chickens falling from the sky. I'm gonna show you the outcome of it really quickly. So I'm gonna say new project. I'm just going to call this chickens. And when this starts, I want to have some animals, to spawn some animals. What one do I want? I want a chicken. And I want it to be up in the sky a little bit. So I'm gonna, this is an odd thing. The middle number is up. Like it's east, west, up, down, north, south. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna have it up in the air a little bit. Let's say 7 high. I want that to happen. And if I did that once, let's see what happens. Everything. Oh, whoa! There's a chicken falling. Okay, well, interesting. Let's edit my code. So instead of it being just one, I'm gonna use a loop and have that happen like 20 times. Okay, so whatever is in that loop will happen multiple times. So I'm going to say boom. Okay, oh no, I hear a lot of chickens. Oh, yikes. Okay, well, chicken rain. Okay, so the students could try out writing code and learning a few basic concepts like loops or iterations or assigning variables or having events. I'm gonna give one other real quick tip or activity, example of code. Instead of having that to fall, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, you know what? Whenever I walk, I'm going to have something placed So this is, by the way, this is a relative number, so it's relative to me. So if I want something exactly where I am, I could say, you know what, I want, I don't know if you might have heard of King Midas. I'm going to say wherever I walk is going to become gold. So I'm just going to walk around. Oh, hey, there's gold wherever I walk. In fact, I think I would like it if a little bit more if I said that it was one beneath me. So it became the ground that I walk over. There we go. All right. So we can use code to place items, to kind of change the way the world works. Students could kind of write some code to leave behind them a path of, I don't know, maybe concrete, so they can really quickly build their aqueduct. Or one other thing we could do, I'm going to hit C again to go back to code. I'm going to get rid of this. That's just some silly coding there. I can go to advanced and create shapes, entire shapes of a given substance. So, for instance, I could make a body of water, which is a circle, let's say right beneath me, of radius 4. So right here, we're making a circle of water. The radius is 4. I'm going to have it around, I could have it around the x-axis, but I want it to be kind of on the ground, so I'm going to make it around the y right there. Okay. And it's going to replace whatever's there. So let's see what happens. You know what? Instead of tying it to just when I press start, I'm going to tie it to a chat command. So I'm going to say whenever I say water, I want that to show up. Now notice, I'm going to use a command in order to do that. There is kind of 2 ways to code in Minecraft. I can code with blocks. There's also chat command code. We're not going to get into that. There's not really time. But it's a fast way to get stuff done in Minecraft. Okay, so it's daytime again. And I'm going to try out that program I made. Let's say water. Oh, there we go. There we go. It's kind of circular. I see it more as a square. I think it would look a little bit more circular if I made the radius larger. Okay, not too bad. Let's say I made it 8. We'll go over here. That's a good idea. Water. Look a little more circular? Yes, that does look more circular. Okay, so we can start to use code to make cylinders, or well, let's look again at all the different shapes. I could place just block by block with the place block command, but I could also make entire shapes, circles or lines or spheres of materials. By the way, a tip, I can kind of erase work that I've done by placing air. Anyway, there's not an undo or a back. Okay, so I can place whatever I need, and I can also, for our model, I can place in items. So I'm gonna, well, 2 ways to do this. The simplest is just to go E, and then go look for salmon. I'm gonna use to replace, or to in place of smelt. Let's start putting some in here. Okay, so we're starting to get some smelt in here. I kind of make a half. I'm also going to give myself a gate. Oh, gate E. So a gate will let through water. Oop. No, okay. Fish to get hurt, but not the smelt. So students can build their structure, work on conserving the smelt. They can do some engineering, and again, the key is to work with a lot of people to make this giant structure. So thanks for joining us. I hope you and your students have a lot of fun working in the world of Minecraft education and work on solutions to problems. Have a great time.